tell you about Legend Seeker and how you can support its development while getting some awesome perks. By subscribing to our Legendary tier on YouTube or becoming a paid member on our Discord or Patreon, you'll get early access to all Legend Seeker lore and mechanics. This means you'll be among the first to dive into the world of Legend Seeker and give direct feedback that will help shape the game. But that's not all. Supporters will also be the first to playtest the system and will get exclusive invites to private streams where we discuss the game in detail. Your input will play a huge role in making Legend Seeker the best that it can be. Now, for those of you who love watching our tabletop role-playing game shows, supporting Legend Seeker comes with some fun bonuses for the casts. Here's how it works. If you are a Copper or Common member on Discord or Patreon, you can give a $20 benefit to a player of your choice. Silver and Uncommon members can give 2 benefits to 2 players of your choice. If you go the YouTube route, you can give a $50 benefit to a player of your choice. And for the ultimate support, Gold and Mythic members on Discord and Patreon give a $20 benefit to 3 players of your choice. You can choose from all casts across Moonskull. Every bit of support goes directly towards making Legend Seeker a reality. It helps fund the art, writing, editing, and eventual publishing of the game. So, if you want to be a part of this journey and support our shows, join our Legendary tier on YouTube or become a member on Discord or Patreon. We couldn't do it without you, and we're excited to build Legend Seeker together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the game.
Hello everybody, I'm Froste, and this is Frost Written, where I'm working on the lore for the Legend Seeker RPG. I have been awake for approximately way too long. I've had insomnia for a couple of nights, so I am really tired, but also completely and utterly awake. And being goofy. Like I was saying earlier, I was giving Calvino CPR, fake CPR on my lap, and he just loved it. I was doing the push. And when I got done, he's like, and grabbed my hands and pulled them back. So, but he also is the cat who decided, since I had a roll of paper towel over there on my workbench that was about this big earlier, I heard him playing and rustling around, trying to figure out what he was doing. About half of an entire roll of paper towel was like shredded and all over the floor, and he was laying in it like, I have done my job. Good job, buddy. Good job. I should have been clued in when I heard the can hit the floor over there. There's like a can of spray graphite and WD-40. I heard things go clunk, clunk, clunk on the concrete, but I was like, I'm busy. He's such a dork. And now he's passed out just amazingly floppily on my lap. All you can see are little chicken legs here. Chicken legs. They're just like blarp. He's like, doesn't even care. I'm just picking his legs up and moving them, and he's like, bleh. Look, a tail. Flop. What a dork. Of course you can't trust cats. Exactly. Hello, everybody. Ooh, food poisoning. Yuck. I'm sorry. That is not fun. I will take insomnia over food poisoning. What got you? Was it gas station sushi or maybe a vending machine egg salad sandwich? Let me know. I'm curious. I'm going to open a can of Coke here, which is going to wake Kelvin. Oh boy, it woke him up already. If it has condensation on it, he wants to lick the bottom of the can because he likes the cold condensation on the can. I don't know why. All right, there we go. Just what I need for the person who can't sleep. Caffeine. Yeehaw. Mexican restaurant food. Oh no. Well, I'm sorry. Like Tom Lehrer said in his song, "You don't breathe the water and don't drink the air." No, that's the don't drink the water and don't breathe the air. That's what it was. He didn't say anything specifically about Mexican food, but it applies. It applies. So I am, since my brain is all scattered, I'm going back through some of the entries that I've worked on previously, and I'm expanding on them, adding bits, seeing what I can actually expound upon. Expand and expound. There we go. Silvino, you're going to lay there like a dead possum this whole time with all four of your legs up in the air like this? He's just laying here like asleep like this. I know you're not asleep. Why do you have green on you? What did you get on you that's green? Wait a second. I just figured out what he's got on his little paw there. He didn't get all of it off. Yes, I'm looking right at you, Mr. I'm going to take the guacamole that was sitting on the desk over there that I had a little tiny bit left over from lunch and stick his nose and his paws in it. Oh my gosh. Holy guacamole. Dude, what is with you today? Ripping up paper towels, knocking things off my workbench, eating guacamole? Hey, it's kind of funny you mentioned Mexican restaurant because I have this little thing right here. You can't really see it with the green screen probably, but guacamole, which it looks like there's suspicious amounts of cat hairs in. Cat hairs. Well, I don't think I'm going to be eating that. I should never have left the lid off it. I didn't know cats would eat guacamole, honestly. I had no idea. Yeah, migraine, insomnia, I'm having fun. Oh, it sucks. And all on top of that, it's been like 50, 60-hour week because that's normal. Even though it's only 2 days in, I haven't done 60 hours, but, you know, I've been at my desk for many, 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 many hours each day. I explained that to one of our HR reps who was asking about some benefits for some of my guys since they're working so many hours, like getting them, you know, some nice thing, you know, having somebody come out and walk their dogs or do like a laundry service or do a house cleaning or something for them when people get like really busy. And I explained to her, she's like, "Oh wow, yeah, you guys do a lot of hours." And I'm like, "Well, the stuff we're working on, I've been doing 50, 60 hours for the last 2 years for each week. It's not crazy overtime, but it's overtime every week, all the time." She said, "Oh God." Yep. That's what we do. And yet I still have time to game and write. I don't sleep. Hello, Jensen. Looks black tar. Yeah, you're correct. There are not 60-hour 2 days. No, the 60 hours is the usually for a week. And so this week it's only been technically 20, yeah, about 20 hours, something like that. Because it's normally 5:30 in the morning until about 4:30, which usually leaves an hour for lunch, which I sometimes remember. I took a 6-minute lunch today. It was long enough for me to eat that burrito and most of my guacamole. Mr. Holy Guacamole Cat. Oh, he just mouthed at me. Yeah, avocado goes in 30 seconds. Exactly. So yeah, it's green on the green screen, but it's also, it takes the green out of it on the green screen. You can't really see. You can see through it kind of because it doesn't exist on the green screen. Hi. Okay. Yeah. If you're gonna lay there, I'm gonna move my leg because you're about to fall off, and that means claw marks on my leg when you try and catch yourself. There we go. All right, enough of that crazy stuff. Jensen, I hope you're not suffering from food poisoning or insomnia or migraines. And Crescent, I don't think you're suffering from anything besides erudite poisoning right now, right? Like in total network host, yeah. Yes, exactly. Yep, I haven't done the 60 hours yet this week. I'll hit that by Thursday. Oh boy, that's gonna be a longer week this week. It'll be fun. You're slowly becoming resistant to Rudite poisoning. It's like iocane powder and Vizini. You've slowly built up an immunity. Yeah, it's kind of funny how that stuff shows up or doesn't show up. Like the top of my Cholula bottle is green on the green screen, but you can see right through it. So, woo! It's like seeing into nothingness. I can erase parts of myself. If I bring it really close, I can get rid of like part of my face. There we go. Look, fun with green screen. She's suffering from pun poisoning. It'll come back in full force and it's Gaming Stream Friday. Oh yeah, this week is a gaming stream, isn't it? Oh boy. Oh boy. Jensen, I was saying earlier in the chat, I was happy that you guys don't do what you do to Arudai and make me drink on this stream. It's very nice of you. I like it. Save that all for the Arudai. Save it all for him. I have to deal with kitty cats and puns. He's playing the Midnight Walk. We'll see how he does with it. I don't know that game. Huh. I guess we'll see. I still I've said it before and I'll say it again. I still really want to play a survival game with Arudai and or other people and see how they do. Like put it on the hardest mode and then just go. Play a co-op survival game. You must be arsenic, because you've got me feeling paralyzed, Chrysanth. An indie title entirely animated with clay and claymation. Oh boy. The answer is terrible, Frost. Terrible. Yay! Yay! Wait a second. Don't worry, Ruda won't get much from me. Just donate a good chunk to the AK guy's political campaign. Ah, okay. Got it. Well, he's safe then. He won't be as tipsified when we play Strange Eons. Right. So, what? What, Calvino? Starting to flip your tail around like you're waking up. All right. Let's see. So, the capital of Freiland is Göteborg, which we've gone into detail of. I started drawing up some maps of some other place. I was working on some ideas of Hagenveld and other things, some of the other towns. And I'm not using the main map here for those. Let me save this out once. Let me check something once here. Save. I want to save this as. I'm going to save this as regions. Because I want to. All right, did it save it properly? Godlands regions and Godlands order. Okay, good. Because I want to open this one up and I want to go back into the regions here and I want to remove these from this version of the map because I don't want them on this version. I'll just save that other version where I have them because I don't want to get rid of them, but there's no way to hide this stuff in layers in this program. So anyway, I was playing around with Hagenveld, which is a very agricultural area, and I started drawing stuff on paper rather than using the programs because they don't have really a good program for drawing cities and things at a good detail in here. Yep, I knew who you meant. That's the guy. The guy that was possibly in line for, or what they were talking about, they wanted in the ATF. There we go. All right, we've got Vulcan and Arendor as our main. And we're also going to put this in here. And the name examples we'll be doing later. Neighboring district, okay. So sweet, it's suspiciously cyanide-like. Moss is more of a hazard than drunk Erudite. Do you mean by his playstyle or when he's drunk? This one's the largest kingdoms. Agrium. Say the Agrian Empire. Sorry, Galvino. I'm going to be typing. I'm going to be moving my hands around and everything. You can laugh at me and everything and whatever, but I'm going to keep typing. He becomes a danger to Oliver. Yes, yes, he does. A bit. Tiny bit. A smidge. Ah. What, buddy? Just, yeah, be calm, kitty. A calm kitty. In a little bit, I'm going to have a snack because, well, there's nothing better with Coke when you can't sleep than a sugary snack. So I got myself 2 different snacks. I got some just little Twizzlers cherry licorice bites and some caramel popcorn. Because I'm like, what the heck? I don't normally have a lot of snacks, but if I can't sleep, why not keep myself awake forever? Mostly local, but the president doesn't matter nearly as much as he acts like he does. Theory on what happened to all of our rolls on Friday. My dad stole our luck. He had a good night playing poker with his buddies. Oh, got it. That works. Now, here's weird. What's weird? My rolls with Godwin were fine. Some of them were pretty good with the damage. Erudite is really good at soaking Godwin's damage and just completely ignoring soaking everyone else's damage, which is kind of fun. That's why he's the Benny Incinerator, right? The Ben Incinerator. That sounds like I killed people named Ben. Maybe that's a bad idea. Tell me, what did you get in my keyboard here? Getting on my desks is never a good thing. Having you laying on my desk is never a good thing. There we go. Yeah, I'm just going to make you use like Benny. I figured, what the hell? Because the cool thing is with Godwin, even if he doesn't damage, if he gets a raise on his damage or his hit, when he hits the creature, he can make it distracted or vulnerable with his stunning strike. He doesn't even have to damage it. So the best thing that Godwin can do at that point is burn bennies, secondarily shake things, and in a tertiary sense, technically, just keep things affected with a, I guess, a, what do you call it? A status. So. Mm-hmm. What? 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 Can you give me a big mouth? No? That's a pretty good one. Can I get one more? More? You sitting there looking at me like this. Are you ready to get me? You ready to bite me or something? What do you need? You're just being a goof. Oh, you were trying to get a yawn out, but you couldn't get the yawn to start. I got it. Oh my gosh. Kitty feet. Kitty feet. He's just stretched out so far, his kitty feet are just sticking up. He is such a cozy cat. He has been on my lap, on and off, for like 4.5 hours today. And I think I got some of his fuzzles in my nose. Yeah, I'm talking about you, buddy. You just gave me a side eye like, me? You're okay, buddy. Oh my goodness. So Red Bull or a bang if you're wanting fire in the veins. Never had an energy drink and I'm terrified to. I've had a Red Bull once, but that was like 20 years ago? It was a long time ago. Redline doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. I have a friend who drank 2 entire bottles of Redline once. If you don't know, it is a warning not to drink the entire bottle at once. Oh my gosh. We had a guy at my office who was, he wasn't not in shape, but he wasn't in shape. He was just one of our programmers. And he would drink those 3-hour energy shots or 5-hour energy shots, those little bottles that kind of have like a red and a yellow plastic logo on them. And he started having heart palpitations one afternoon because he'd had a few of them. And they ended up taking him out of work on a stretcher. He was fine, but it messed him up. The small Red Bull is like a shot and a half of espresso, not that bad. Oh, okay. Yeah, he after that, he stopped taking those. He decided it wasn't a good idea. All right. Sorry, I'm writing things in my head, but I just thought of something. I think this is a good way to put this. I don't think I need to say also. Let's say the first to split from the Empire as its attentions turned to the God Killer War. What killed you? What? You don't have to grab my hand. That's fine. Ball. That makes sense. Monster Java may be for you. Drink a quart of iced coffee and leave it just outside the lab. A quart of iced coffee. Woo! That's like people using those vape pens or vape, I guess they're vape pen or vape, whatever they call them. And then realizing when they look at it and they're like, yeah, I just did this. Oh man, I'm feeling a little woozy. And finding out that that vape pen cartridge that they just basically inhaled over the course of whatever is equivalent of like smoking like a whole pack of cigarettes or more. They got that much nicotine. They're like, oh my God. If it's carbonated, I probably can't do it. Hey, what I learned from a young age that I had to be careful what I drank because when I was little, we didn't have a lot of money. And when I go visit my dad after my parents got divorced, I decided I really, so badly, even though I didn't like chocolate much, I wanted this chocolate soda. I was like, I begged for it and I begged for it and I begged for it. And he finally gave in and said, fine, you can have one. And I got it and I was so excited and I got it, opened it up and it took a sip and was like, this is like carbonated chocolate, goopy water. He said, you wanted it. You drink that whole thing. Otherwise, you're not getting anything else. You're going to get normal everything, whatever. If you ask for anything else, you're not getting it. And I was like, oh. So I forced myself to drink that whole thing and realized later on, I'm like, I'm going to be very careful about what I ask to drink. Maybe I'll have one of I don't know if I don't like it. I might have to drink the whole thing. Now that I'm an adult, I can just be like, oh, this is terrible and just pour it out. But back then, I learned that I had to be careful. Carbonated water is really good. I have a reverse osmosis little machine filter, and it has a little thing that adds minerals back into it. That makes some great water, but it doesn't carbonate it. I do have a... what's that dang thing called? It's a little machine where you put the carbonated cylinders in and you put the machine on it and you can carbonate your own water. I don't remember what it's called. I've got one of those. I don't use it very often though. Carbonation burns your throat too much. Ah, you did tell me about Manhattan specials, and I was like, oh, okay. That's a thing. You should. You should send him one. Do it and make him drink it on stream. What? What you want, buddy? What? What? I don't know. What you want to go outside? Oh, Wolfie's over at the door. You want me to go see what it is? I gotta go see what's happening. Somebody's scratching at the door. Let's go see if he's destroying the screen, because I may have to close it. Here, buddy. You want to come with me, or do you want to sit in the chair? Want to come with? All right, we'll go over there. Chair stream. Be right back. Who destroys my screen? Benjamin. Mr. Benjamin. I'm going to attempt to bring Benji over so you guys can see Benji. This is Calvino's brother. Yeah. This is Calvino's brother Benji. And he has a little scratch on his face. Yes, your brother just knocks things over. Hi, buddy. He does not like the basement, but he loves being snuggled. He's about half of Calvino's size. How you doing, bud? Oh, look, and there's a Calvino right next to you. Calvino and Benji. That's Benji's first time on camera. Hello, buddy. Calvino, did you really need to jump up here and step on your brother? All right, Benji, are you going to be in here a little bit, or are you going to complain? Because I know you hate the basement. Hi, sir. You want to come back up? Yeah, he's got one little scratch here and a little scratch on his nose. It's their summertime nose scratchiness. Hi, buddy. Can I pick you up again? Come here. There we go. I don't know if you guys can hear this or not, but he has a super loud purr. Yeah, how you doing, bud? You guys messed up my hair and everything. All right, you're gonna go hang out with your brother now that you guys knocked over the garbage can. Good job. Oh my gosh, guys! I don't know how you knocked this thing over. It's made of metal. Yeah, there we go. It's back. All right. Hello, Paulo Farrell. All right, so they're going to wander around doing what they're doing. I'm probably going to go have to take care of Benji at some point because he does not love just wandering. Oh, he's back. He doesn't love wandering around in the basement much. He's not a big fan. What? Are you okay? Hi. You good? Come here, buddy. You're distracting me from writing. What do you need? Is it raining outside? It didn't seem like it was raining. You want to sit on my lap? Here you go. Sit on my lap. Hi. Yeah, this little guy is about maybe 10 pounds. Maybe a 10-pound kitty cat. But boy, can he climb trees. Don't you, buddy? So, what can we write about Fryland, Mr. Benji? What are we going to write? I'm writing about how the orcs and the giants hoard. Their land from the north. Hi. Hello. Wow, he's actually laying on my lap and just purring. What's with you guys today? You're all so lovey and like crazy. Is there crazy juice in the air? Crazy pollen? You guys find a patch of catnip out there or something? I'd worked and waited almost 3 hours for a DOT physical for work. Oh. Blech. Not fun. Not fun at all. All right, what was it? Okay. Frylanders were left to see to their own defense, pulling back to their hill fortresses to protect their people and way of life from Grixis forces. As the orcs and giants... I'll say orcs and giants. Poured into their lands from the north. Hi. Hi. Yeah, that's my keyboard. Yep, you can put your paw on it. Just don't hit all the keys, please. Hi. The thing about Benji is if I'm not petting him, he thinks I'm not paying enough attention and he gets annoyed. And he's like, starts patting at me. He's the one who lays on the floor like a prisoner with the tin can on the bars, and if there's no food in his food dish, he just lays there like a little Roman citizen, puts his paw on it, and goes ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Oh, where are we going? Where are we going? Okay, bye. So, yeah, he's a little nut. And he's also shedding. Great, thanks, buddy. I got to have the DOT medical card for work. Samuel's got to have a concealed pistol license. Fun times. And ba-ba-ba. Really, Benji? I'm trying to write, dude. I'm gonna have to let him out because he's being a pest. I can just, you guys couldn't hear it, but he just, since I have the screen door open out there, back there. Hi, Calvino. Were you gonna come up now? I was just about to go over to the door. Can't have you on my lap right now, buddy. I'm getting up to go to the door to let your brother out because he just climbed up the screen door. Work in a hospital, so even with my LTC, I can't carry work. Oh, yes, Calvino, I'm taking your brother outside again. Oh my gosh, guys. I know. The air is crazy. Yeah, buddy. Yep. Like, everybody went crazy today, cat-wise. Sorry, everybody. I know that's half the joy you guys get out of the stream of watching me dealing with cats, but, jeepers. I'm also going to dig up the snacks if I have them here. A little tiny bag of Twizzlers. A little bag of caramel popcorn. But before I do that, since I just was picking up and petting cats who've been wandering around outside, and then just gave them some food, I'm going to quickly antibacterialize my hands. Get some of that stuff off it. Ah, cats. You gotta love them, but they are so much work. I just got them some new bowls for the back porch. I'm also replacing their little kitty cat houses out there that are getting a little old. And the bowls are these dual kind of like, it's like, I don't know, like a lozenge, but it's got a little square, just divider in the center, and then two sides that have curved ends. But around the outside of those, there's a little moat, and it's supposed to be ant proof. So you put the bowl down, it's like this tall. You put the bowl down, and you fill the little moat full of water, and ants that climb up the side of the thing can't get across the little moat into the food. Like, oh, that's kind of cool. So far, the cats like them, so they're working. But, yeah. Anyway. Do you have armed guards now? Initially, the board didn't want guns to building and police, so they wouldn't say anything about that. Huh. The boring job. Chocolate Twizzlers? I didn't know they had chocolate Twizzlers. Not that I would eat them, because I don't really eat tons of chocolate, except when I have a headache. But I didn't know about that. It may not be boring if enough people can't afford food. Ugh, craziness. My job is super boring. I just make video games. And then on here, I just write and then deal with cats. And when I put those guys out, there was a cat that's been visiting lately, that black cat with the little white tuft right here, just one little white tuft. It's sitting over in the bushes, and I just hear it go. It's like, yeah, fine, come over and eat food. And I think I had a gruffness to my voice, so it went, it ran off in the bushes. So it'll probably be back soon. Anyway, Frontlanders were left to see to their own defense, pulling back to their hill fortresses to protect their people and way of life from Grixis forces, as orcs and giants poured into their land from the north. Down through here. Through many hard-fought battles, the Frontlanders pushed the invaders back and secured their borders. They're rebuilding one of their great forces at Dulnholm. Okay, Great Horsemen and Smith, they have a strong standing army, though they are fractured politically. Most chieftains grudgingly attend the local moots, paying their taxes and pledging fealty to their Frostbeard yearly. Most wish to rule in relative isolation and grate on the centralized power that reminds them of the past under Agrium's rule. Local rathouse are preferred form of minor political exchanges when any man may challenge the status quo in verbal form. It's a protected and time-honored tradition of dissent and discourse. So, they have all kinds of places. Like every town, every place, every village has a rat house where anyone can go and speak their mind and talk and have a pulpit and argue. And in fact, people from Fryland love arguing. Working in worse isn't really a gun hating. A little upset the state for banned guns. They don't know how he got in. Well, of course, you got to stop all the law-abiding citizens from going in then, obviously. An idiot with a gun, a criminal with a gun does something criminal. You got to stop all the good people. Been seeing Europeans trying American candies. I'm like, I've never seen any of these candies before. Oh, no. Hello, Cajun Corey. Punisher Prime has arrived. Oh no! He's gonna start with the puns! Just be happy, because you're not on screen, so you don't have to read them out loud, Sam. Sorry, I'm gonna get my phone charger here. Plug my phone in. It's yelling at me. I'm thinking that maybe I will do an entry on the rat house, and what they are. I'll do that after this part. Let's see. Frylanders are known for their amber beers and fortified wines. I'm trying to decide. I am not a beer, ale, lager aficionado. Oops. So I have a note to do. I have a note on the side here. Do more specific research into these. So ales are fruitier. Lagers are smoother and crisper. Okay. Boy, I've got cat fur like galore. Cats everywhere. Benji! He didn't get a brushing today, so he's extra fuzzy. What? Puns? I know some. Looking up what puns and jokes to super chat tomorrow. Oh no! Killing me in the most venomous way. I said it was bad. Yeah, Wednesday After Dark will be missed. It'll be nice that we'll, go out on a high note with things. Huh. Okay. I'm confused. I don't get a lot of messages on what do you call it? On X. But I got a message from someone who looks to be some Asian girl. I'm gonna guess. I don't know. I'm assuming it's a girl. I have no clue. That said, I like your beard. All lowercase. No punctuation. Thank you. Random person whose information I can't suss out because I can't tell what you're. They have an Amazon Japan wish list, so I'm guessing they're from Japan. That's a guess. Let's see. Speaking of cats, when I give Lucy little kitty treats, no matter what she's doing, she jumps up, looks at me, and starts meowing for more. Ah, nice. As long as the last episode falls on 36, all will be right in the world. I don't know. That's a good question of which one that'll be. We could set up Chrysanthe After Dark where her and her mom reads dad jokes and puns. Oh, that's just a mean show for her. 50-50 is a dude that looks like a woman. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right, Paul. This week is episode 36. Oh, so close. Ah, well. Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue who the person is. But they evidently like my beard. And I'm like, thanks for liking my beard. All right, back to some more Legend Seeker stuff here. I am changing one thing around that they're known. I'm going to have these guys known for their sour ales and fortified wines, as well as a multitude of ways to preserve all types of food. All right. Horsemen have always required stable rations for their extended trips, and their devotion to Vulcan and the spirit of innovation has served them well in this regard. That works. Bet it's not episode 69. We'd have to be going a little bit longer for that to show up. Marshal may call the horsemen to war at any time, and all male citizens between 16 and 30 are required to keep themselves and their armaments ready for conflict. Oops. All right. Every village has a smith or two, and horse training is a serious business across Fryland. My charm is lethal dose level strong. Western border is with the elves of Solinar, with whom they have a treaty that stretches back for many lifetimes of men. Oops. So, they devote little time to defending that edge of their territory. The vast plains of the east border other wild lands and the remnants of former Agrian colonies, so a great deal of their time is spent patrolling between their border forts there. I'll say the. Great number of dwarves, halflings, and gnomes live in the southern areas of these lands, in the hills along the coast. Though these lands were granted to those peoples by the Agrians, the Frylanders honor their ownership claims. Frylanders honor their ownership claims as they joined in the struggle to defend Fryland during the Godkiller War. Trade between these people and the Frylanders is brisk and profitable for both sides. Marriages between the elves and the men of the kingdom are not unheard of, especially amongst the more fervent devotees of Arendor. So you're going to get a bunch of half-elves in this kingdom. Okay. This kind of tomato soup my sister-in-law made is pretty good. Wish I had more Havarti grilled cheeses to go with it. Ah, Havarti grilled cheese. Have you ever had Havarti dill? Or Havarti with caraway seeds in it? Havarti with caraway seeds in it, melted with some rye toast. Pretty good. All right. Kinda. No. Sounds good. I live in a state where they make 17,000 billion quadrillion types of cheese. Every time you go to the store, if you go to the cheese aisle, you will have all the choices in the world. All right. All right. Okay. So if I go heading 4. Disappointed that Watt is ending. I'm contemplating sending a strongly worded letter to Rudai and Crescent's mom because I'm so upset. Sending a letter to Sevi or Crescent wouldn't work. Women who have strong opinions and wills are not easily swayed. Sending it to them will just end up with you nearly as cursed as they left at Rudai. Oh no. We don't want the JJ cursed. Oop. No comment. Nice. All right. Go. I don't want ads on your site. Fine, you don't get my visit to your site. So there. Oh boy, I thought I had Dark Reader on. There we go. I don't know how Dark Reader gets turned off ever on my machine. Let's see, the main one being... Okay, literally a council house. Most rat house and Fryland have some features in common. The main one being a central meeting hall where a speaker can be seen and heard by all attending. You know, I do have a question for Rudai, and he may have answered this before, but I don't know if he has. I'm going to ask him this question again. Dwarves and gnomes. Right. What was this? I'm not worried, for I traded my soul for a Klondike bar years ago. Well, that question has been answered. Heck, he might have answered the question but doesn't remember. It's possible. It was a very hot summer day. Well, Paul, nobody can blame you. Nobody can blame you. What would I call this? Okay, other features are so literally a council house. Most rat house and Frown have some features in common. The main one being a central meeting hall where a speaker can be seen and heard by all attending. Other features often include a display of local trophies, the mayor's office, and a festival yard where official events are hosted, as well as weddings and other ceremonies. That's fair trade. I'm about to spill some beans on my old lady. She eats Klondike bars with a little oyster fork. Really? Okay. AI art's going to be incoming with that one. Not for me. I would never do that. Ever. I'm going to do this really quickly. Let's see if this works. There we go. Here you go. I'm sending you a message in your DMs, Chrysanth. Enjoy. I thrive in late fall and winter temperatures, the heat, and I don't like one another. I am in the same boat with you, Paul. Same boat. Totally, completely, utterly. If that boat's not on a frozen river, I don't want to be in it. Oh, consider a spoon. Well, wait. Okay, here's a question. I don't know because I'm not a Klondike bar person. Is a Klondike bar, is it like chocolate around ice cream, or is it one of those things with a cookie cake thing on top and bottom and ice cream in the center? I think it's the chocolate, right? It's just chocolate around ice cream? No cookie or anything? I was gonna say the fork might work with the cookie part, but if it doesn't have cookie, I don't know. Mm-hmm. There is something wrong with that guy. You're right. But I mean, that's it's a special way to eat a banana. Chocolate around ice cream. Okay, all right, got it. Mm. Oops. Okay, that is interesting looking. Trying to find myself a good picture here to look at. That's kind of a good reference, but it also looks a little bit modern. Chocolate covered ice cream. I know how it sounds when I call my mom and dad the old lady and old man. Ah, I got it. Those people. She can do that because she's an only child and they'll still like her. It can't do nothing. Oh, that's kind of a cool one. What do they call? And they call you young lady? Right of wood, sun and heat, happy in all temps would a thrive in winter. Sometimes they call me the older lady. I see. Okay, that is like a castle. That's an interesting building, but it doesn't quite fit. Mm. Wish I was an only child at times. Still disappointed Chrysanthus part Italian, but doesn't call her mom. Mamma mia! Okay, that was weird. Where? Oh, there. That's kind of a cool picture. Eh, kind of neat, but it also doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Maybe that's not a still from the. Okay. Oh, this has some nice shots of some cool buildings. Interesting ideas. Oh, but it's just somebody pasted a whole bunch of images together. Good job. Wow. People. People shouldn't be allowed to do things, should they? All right, we're going to throw that there so I can actually see that. That's hilarious. I went to try and find a picture of something. That took me to a lawyer's page that actually had some pictures of old buildings and stuff, but it was literally just it's legal ethics and stuff, and it just keeps showing pictures of cool buildings. I don't understand it. And divorce lawyers, yeah, I think somebody co-opted the links on this page that was just people putting pictures of cool architecture and buildings together. That's kind of funny. I I'm kind of entertained by it, honestly. Yeah, almost every one of these links takes you to the law offices of blah 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 Esquire. That is freaky frackety hilarious. Okay. I'm just trying to get an idea if I want to put it. The question I had for Erudai, by the way, and I don't know if I asked you guys or said what you got to you guys what it was, is how prevalent clocks are. Do they have clocks? Because I know the gnomes and the dwarves could make clocks at this point because they're more technologically advanced, but the people in Fryland, the people in Agrium are devotees of Vulcan, who's the god of innovation. So I would think that they would have clockwork, the ability to make clockwork things. I mean, it's probably medieval clockwork, big, clunky, kachunky, with big wooden gears and whatnot, and not fine motors. You wouldn't have small clocks or anything. So that's my thought. I'm going to get out of this law office because I don't care about other law. The law. Okay, that building has nothing to do with any of this. Okay, they're kind of going down a rabbit hole of people building things for Minecraft. Okay, none of that helps. I don't care about Minecraft. I'm looking at medieval buildings and Dark Age buildings. That's what I want to see. Hmm. That is a pretty interesting shape, though. I'm kind of there, kind of interested in it. We'll widen the search here slightly. I didn't tell you. There we go. I'm going to bet there are many times I don't like her. Dad would call me you shit. Laugh at my pun. Someone clip it. No! Never happened. I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. I was baffled, and I thought maybe this was like a French thing or a European thing, but I just don't know if the person was not thinking when they did it. They said in the chat, they said, "Oh, everybody, you know, if you can get to the meeting a little bit early, that's great." The one person said, "Well, if a meeting is at 3, I always try and get there at 2:99. 2:99. Just so I'm at least a minute early." And I just responded with a question mark. They're like, "What?" I was like, "I don't get it." And nobody else said anything. I'm like, I'm just going to drop it. Maybe it's something I don't understand. I'm willing to acknowledge that I may not understand. I'm like, I would say 2:59. Since there's 60 minutes an hour, not 100 minutes in an hour. Yeah, 2:99. I know. I don't understand it. I'm like, do they think 7:99 comes before 8 in the morning? And I don't know. I don't. I have to think that there's just something that got messed up in their head with metric. That's all I can think. Oh, that didn't help at all. What? That didn't even take me to the right picture. My gosh. Okay, that's kind of cool. All right, I'll save these in the right spot in a second. Well, regardless of what I do, yeah, a wooden clock tower. Okay. Look, it's a Rudai. Chat, we need your help. Can you all run the Frost written playlist on a device and just leave it to roam? We need the watch hours. You can help. Yes, do it, people. Do it. Okay. So one thing, Rudai, thanks for answering my question. One of the things I'm suggesting is that at the rat house, the council houses that they have across Fryland, is the ones in the large towns, like the 2 or 3 large towns, have a wooden clock tower because they have a significant presence of dwarves and gnomes and halflings in their lands. So I think it would make sense for them to have them. I don't think any of the normal people would, but they would have like, hey, look, we have a timekeeping device. And all the small villages are like, nah, big town and their clock and their device and stuff. The sun's all we got, and that was good enough for our dads. Something like that. Okay, that is an interesting shape, but I don't like it. But yes, please get those watch hours up. Watch hours up. Just make sure not to mute it. I think you can mute the tab as long as you don't mute the video. Something like that. Next time I'm reloading, YouTube doesn't like gypsies. Yeah. Next time I'm reloading, I can do that. Yeah. I'll do that only if WAD doesn't end. Those are my terms. Lol. But I'm sure it's going to be replaced by drunk Rudai. Right? That's what's going to take place. It's just Rudai drinking. No? Maybe? Okay, I may have been misinformed. Just saying. Okay, that's not going to work, but it's interesting. Yeah, I think I will stick with the simple idea of the big building having that kind of a clock on the rat house. The rat house. I cannot continue. We've lost too many people, schedule, etc., and a host of other reasons. We'll miss doing it. Adult life gets in the way of so many things. I vote a new show with Crescent and her mom reading whatever puns I send them. Actually, we'll likely be doing some stuff on here. Oh, that doesn't really help. Hey, there we go. That's a good shot. Okay, it's not a very good shot. I was hoping there was a better picture of it. That's okay, though. I'll just use my imagination. All right, so the rat house, literally a council house. Most rat houses in Fryland have some features in common. The main one being a central meeting hall where a speaker can be seen and heard by all attending. Secondarily, those in the larger towns often feature a wooden clock tower, at least 3 stories tall. Above the entrance. Other features often include a display of local trophies, the mayor's office, and a festival yard where official events are hosted, as well as weddings and other ceremonies. Let's say local. We've already got the word. Well, no, we don't need local again. Cajun Corey, you might be on to something. Chrysanthemum's immediately just like... Very nice. All right, let's see what happened here. Okay. Sorry. Some of my friends will just randomly send me X things, kind of like what we do in the Wednesday After Dark chat, or other things where they'll just send me strange posts. They sent me a post, and it's a lady standing there with a bottle and a baton with fire on it. There's a girl next to her, and she reaches over to the girl, and she tips the bottle up to the girl's mouth and gives her a big swig of it, and then she just holds out the torch, and the girl goes and looks around because she just drank the alcohol. Like, oh my gosh. And the person who wrote on the top of it says, she's a keeper. Like, oh, okay. Thanks, guys. What am I to do when it ends, Aruda? Be an attentive husband and father? Are you kidding me? The JJ, wait. Someone like you has a wife and kids? Feline, you can watch us over here. Watch us over here. Always watch us over here. We're the best people to watch. And I did thank everybody, Rudai, for not making me drink on this stream like they do to you. So this way I get to just have nice, a nice cup of dark black coffee and some Coca-Cola. Making sure that's not a piece of cat fuzz in my cup. Nope. Okay. Unlike my guacamole, which has whiskers and fuzz in it now. Thanks, Calvino. Okay. He's snorting out snorts. All right, I'm going to have a snack now. I'm trying to decide if I want to have some caramel popcorn or if I want to have something else. What is this? The ingredients are brown sugar, cane sugar, popcorn, salted butter, brown rice syrup, vegetable oil, sea salt, and baking soda. Oh, wait, soy lecithin. What is soy lecithin? Is that something that keeps things from caking together? That's the only thing I don't know on there. Huh. I don't know. I think I'm just going to have a couple pieces of licorice. I'm going to cut this thing open and then put it in a bag so I don't get ants. If you don't want to leave candy and stuff out, that's how you get ants, right? I do wish they made more bags of candy and stuff and food and anything resealable, because when they're not, they expect me to eat the whole thing. Works. I'm just going to make a lot of crinkly noises here for a second because I'm going to empty this bag in here. Okay, maybe I'm not. They're really stuck in here. I'm sorry for the crinkly crackly. Some of you may enjoy that. If you do, I feel happy for you and sad for me. All right, well, I got most of them out. I got a couple of them stuck in the bag, so I just thought those are the ones I'll have. Those will be mine. That's the frost tax. All right, I'm done. Almost done making the crackling noises now. There we go. There we go. Now I have a Ziploc bag full of licorice. Licorice bits. And they will go over here. Right next to my guacamole. A holy guacamole. All right, so what else do I want to say about the rat house? Emulsifier. Ah. Use a knife. Called a clothespin. Clothespin could work, but I think an ant could get past that. Is there anything else we could say about the rat house? I mean, it could be where trials are commenced too. Often centrally located. We'll say an enduring agrarian design. It's often centrally located. They're usually at the site of the communal well. All right, I'm going to change the sentence structure here. Well, the wells are mainly been enduring agrarian design, though they have generally been covered with frylum supports and decorations. Okay. Use molten aluminum. That makes the ants pop. Burn out the anthills. Find there'll be a little issues with ants. There we go. Aphrodisius. Hello. Are you too sarcastic? You're so sarcastic, Jensen. Or homemade jungle jelly. Oh, now I'm set and warm. This is what menopause feels like, Chrysanth. Wow. I ain't that old. Or lead. Maybe aluminum is a bit warmer than I thought. I think we narrowed it down to mid to late 20s, like 30 to the max. 27. I still think she's 83 at heart. I'm just saying, if her parents aren't around my age, they can't be a whole lot older. So there we go. I could be wrong. I don't know. Oh, YouTube crashed on me. Hey, good job, YouTube. There we go. I'm back. I'm back on YouTube. Or YouTube is awake and aware for me over there. Okay. All right. Let's see. We got the Rat House, Council House, most Rat House in front of some features in common. The main one being a central meeting hall where a speaker can be seen and heard by all attending. Secondarily, those in the larger towns often feature a wooden clock tower at least 3 stories tall above the entrance. Other features often include a display of local trophies, the mayor's office, and a festival yard where official events are hosted, as well as weddings and other ceremonies. I feel like I got a bite on the back of my neck or something here. What's that? Oh, probably just a burr. Thanks, cats. You put one cat on your shoulders. Suddenly you got burrs everywhere. All right, anyway, the mayor's office and a festival yard where official events are hosted, as well as weddings and other ceremonies. Trials and government meetings are held at the Rat House and is often as the most decorated part of a town or village during a festival. Most smaller villages host market days around their Rat House where visiting merchants and local craftsmen and farmers. Let's see. Merchants, local craftsmen, and farmers sell their wares. Often centrally located, they're usually the site of the communal well. Also usually the site of the communal well. Wells are mainly of an enduring agrarian design, though they have generally been covered with frylum supports and decorations. Okay. Good night, Paul. My mom is 82 and doesn't act that old. She doesn't knit or anything. To be fair, I don't knit either. Crochet, that's so different. It's totally different. It's not like it uses yarn. Never mind. Rache. Rache is a harbor built by the dwarves prior to the God-Killer War. Now we're down to the coast. We go down to the coast. Built by the dwarves prior to the Godkiller War, and it has stood proudly on the southern coast of Ireland ever since. Traditional dwarven name is Carte, but was renamed by the Freilanders who occupied it to defend against Rix's forces during the Godkiller War. In honor of the sacrifice the Freilanders made there to stop the enemies, the dwarves retained the name. The squat lighthouse dominates the end of the stone pier, its ever-burning signal warning ships off the rocky coast and into the safe harbor. Leading him into the safe harbor. So the dwarves don't sail away from the coast. As a rule, they have fashioned a magnificent but small harbor here with enough room for several large ships to be moored at once. Let me look at something quickly here about this place. Yeah, that was it. Headlands and hills shelter the harbor and the nearby. That would actually be technically considered a lagoon. It's not quite. It's almost like a. It's almost like a headwater or something. Yeah, it doesn't really. All right, let's look up some toponymy of coastal features. Beaches and coastal landforms. Core concepts, okay. Barrier Island, okay. Tide pool and estuary. Tidal mouth, fresh and saltwater. Okay, so that could be. We'll just call it a bay. So that they can hold hundreds of ships if necessary. So I'm considering that we've got the big headland of the hills here, and near Racha, they've got all these bays. This whole bay here where they can actually be before they sail out, because there's only one way out to the sea, technically. So, very well protected. Did you say Yardames? Crochet, knit. Even Apple knows they're the same. It is different. There's only one thing to keep track of. It's not yarn and knots and needles to make designs. Nope. Did you say Yardames? You know what, Jensen? You're right. You are sarcastic. Chrysanthemum, you seen those crazy freehand cross-stitch people? No plan, just stitching with reckless abandon. Is it counted? I could never do that and follow the pattern. I always needed the stamp. They paint via the stitches. Ooh, that's insanity. Truly. Well, I suppose if you get really good at it, like after decades of doing it, you can probably just say, I'm going to go this way. Like my great aunts and my grandma, my grandma was a seamstress who, big time seamstress. She had a whole business of doing stuff. But my great aunts and her, anytime something got slightly cut or damaged, the pillowcases, if they got like a little tear or cut, they would do little cross stitch things in them. So there was always like little flowers and things on the seams. There would be like a cut, and so there'd be like little green vines with little flowers in the middle of the pillowcase. Just little cross stitch things. I got something in my eye here. There we go. I think I got it out. They were crazy. Crazy old ladies. Very talented. Okay. What else about? Got a mile for it. I see that. There's shading and color blending involved and working on one now. There's 48 different colors. 48 different colors. That's pretty crazy. I suppose you got to really think about it. Really got to think. That's your next challenge, Chrysanth. Freehand. Just go crazy and do a flower on something. I don't know. All right, so I'm thinking. What did I call that? I had a name for it. What was it? It literally was there. Ships traveling up the river. All right. I might have actually gotten that thing out of my eye now. Yeah, because this waterway will take you all the way up to Silverton, past Austin. And Silverton is a very important place for the dwarves. This river is massive. At the other end of this, let's see, Dwarven City. I don't really need to say that. And I just realized I spelled Marshall's wrong. There we go. Marshall's Men. Oh my gosh, it's already 6:30. Okay, I've got 26 minutes left. All right. Time flies when you haven't gotten any sleep. Like I said, I don't even know what day it was when I got up this morning. I was like, wait a second, what day is it? What am I doing today? You know, sorry, I'm gonna blow my nose here because now I'm rub my eye. Now my ear ducts are like, hey. Sorry about that. Anyway, I gave my guys their reviews, their year-end reviews today, and I sent them out to them early and let them look it over. And my guys are just they're so awesome to work with and so laid back. And I get into the meeting with them and I say, so let's go over everything. We don't have to go over every single thing I wrote and everything we do. We can look at the main parts of it. And when we get done, you can take a few days and you can make notes. You can send me back thoughts if you disagree with anything, and you can then acknowledge the review and send it back on to the next part. Every one of the guys got in there and said, hey, I gave you your thing. Take the time. You have a couple days. You can do the acknowledge. It's like, oh, I already acknowledged this. Yeah, I agreed. That's fine. We're good. Okay. Can you tell I like my guys? They're great. Even when I give them critical feedback, they're like, I can see that. So I That is one of the easiest parts of my job with these guys. I just love it. I'm just super brutally honest with them. And it works out well. In one of the meetings, one of the guys said something in a slightly salty tone. And I messaged him on the side. I just said, nope. And he then got back on the mic after that. He put his hand up. He's like, okay, so sorry. I think maybe I said that wrong. What I'm trying to say was this. And he rephrased it in a better way that wasn't so controversial and confrontational. And I just sent him, after that, I just sent him the Robert Redford nod meme. And he just says, lol. It's so much fun. Oh no, what's going on here? Did the GNGTT Dragon logo for Rude Eye, that was featured across it? Yeah. Can only imagine when Froste was the youth, Revolutionary Wartime, pre-career, everything was freehand back then. Betsy Ross, do you think she had a pattern? No. Well, she might have. I'm only sarcastic around people I like. I know we aren't actually friends, but I also feel like if you were in my area, I can invite you guys to get a drink. And most would probably say yes. Oh, I would definitely go get a drink with you. I might even buy one. If I go out to drink with you, I'll never make it alive. Well, Rudai, he may try and kill you with drink. But what a way to go, right? Ha! Rudai's liver is scared of Jensen. Apprentices, yes. The minions. I had a guy who actually called them. He literally said to me once, he's like, well, why don't we have one of the minions do it? And I just looked at him and said, excuse me? He's like, one of the junior people. I'm like, excuse me? Did you call them minions? It's like, well, yeah. This from a person who was really mad when I made a statement at one point that didn't equivalence what he was saying. And he's very politically correct about stuff. And he was making a big stink about a way I phrased something, saying it was marginalizing. And I said, huh, that seems like you're marginalizing those people. And he's like, well, that's not what I meant. He got super defensive and then was worried that I was going to tell HR on him. I was like, dude, just don't call people minions. Anyway. Rudai and lightweight double whiskey is enough for me, too, and I'm drunk. Oh! Hello, Sassy Witch! Are you hiding? Are you hiding from drinking? Sassy Witch, do you drink? Do you have a double bourbon on the rocks when you're sitting there drawing those pictures? Hanging out with a rabbit? Are you a teetotaler? Ooh, wait, or peach moonshine? I don't drink alcohol, so... Well, fine, Shadow Warden. Hey! I'll happily be called a minion. All right. I can't find it. I'm gonna lose my page here if I don't find it. Okay, I was trying to find something, but then I'm like, yeah, okay. The internet is very inappropriate. Did you guys know the internet is very inappropriate? I just realized that somebody sent me a picture of somebody cosplaying as a minion. And I was like, oh, yeah, because I was like, that's kind of funny. And it's a girl. So I was like, oh, it wasn't because it was okay, because girl. And then I tried to go find it. And I'm like, Okay, thank you, X. My boss tells the director and VP that we have to present updates to them. He specifically says he's naming minions to them. Oh no, you misspelled mistress. Wah, wah. Be careful saying that with a rude eye in the chat, Chrysanth. There's irony in how quickly you said that, and a rude eye proved your point. She's the wife, just needs to be careful with who she dates so there is no mistress. Dr. Pepper, I'll make you want to commit me to a nut house. Bourbon and I giggle more than I already do. Duh, it's the internet. I had I don't remember who it was who brought it. Crap. I think it was one of my uncles, but they brought some moonshine that they gotten to one of the family reunions, and it turned out that my brother had brought some as well, and he brought the stuff that he gotten from a friend that was peach moonshine and also blackberry moonshine. And wow, the peach moonshine was dangerous. Super dangerous. Like, super duper dangerous. All right. Hey, Frost, teach me how to talk to JT. Use short sentences and very specific words. Love you, JT. Yeah, you should look and see if you can get it in your area, because there are a number of places that actually make it. It's pretty impressive. All right. Okay. Huh. Okay. I can't find it. All right. So my note is here. So if I save that. Okay. Made a biker float over. Ah, peach moonshine. Yeah, it's like I said, it's dangerous. You can drink a lot of it and then realize, hey, I shouldn't have done that. He gave me nasty looks. He was the coffee liquor baby. Never use words above a 6th grade level. Well, I think it's because sometimes when you type, you end up with a couple of typos because of your phone. I'm gonna guess, and JT just doesn't want to bother parsing that stuff, right? Something like that. Right. Can I save this out or not? Okay, why doesn't this want to actually go where I want it to go? Okay, there we go. And if I save this off, I found the minion thing, but yeah, that's slightly inappropriate. So there we go. I can't find the one they sent me that was not inappropriate. Internet, why? Why is the internet so internety? You can't even find a wholesome picture of a normal person. Anyway, we're going back to the Marshall's men here. Because we're talking about Russia, and this is the port that heads all the way up And I have a name for this river in my document, and I have not applied the name to the area here, but I really should because it's kind of important to have it there. And it looks like my mountains got moved here somehow. How did my mountains get moved? Who moved my mountains? Who did this? And there's an extra little piece of water here somehow. Where'd that come from? What did somebody do? Who was in my map? Oh, wait, it was me. I'm just going to get rid of that little piece there. There we go. So this river goes all the way up past Austinwald, High Spring, Austin, Little Ford, all the way up to Silverton, and then technically get all the way up in the mountains. And you can't really get there all the way to Mordecai Throne, but there, the water flows down from there. And you can go all the way up this river. You're just going to be sailing against the flow. But it takes you all the way up. And Silverton is that dwarven city that is incredibly important for all the goods that they produce from the hills and the clay and the iron and the coal and the lead and everything that they dig out of the hills there. Thank you, Shadow. It's not shine if you can buy it in the store. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, the tower. So I have a question for you on that tower. And I should send you back some stuff because one of the things I do have in Agrium, and maybe we'll have to figure this out. Ulpia is this place where there's stone, and there's a town and a tower, and it's a huge place where they just quarry this very fine stone. Ustra over here is a school that was founded for the very reason that we talked about, we've talked about and other people have talked about, is because they did not want magic users in the towns. There is one in Agrium in Xandria that is closed down that is recently the doors opened back up. So that could be where one of the old places of work was at, but they shut it down because they didn't want the magic in the town. But the school of Ustra is supposed to be where they send wizards out here. This one I just literally have. It's dedicated to teaching aspiring wizards the dangers of the mana stream and to properly use magic. Founded during the waning years of the Godkiller War, is intended to help carry on the wizardly traditions which had been disappearing due to the devastation the conflict wrought on their ranks across the Godlands. Buildings and grounds are laid out in a distinctly non-Agrian fashion, utilizing some odd designs of the wizard Ulpian's own devising, which no one has been able to divine the meaning to or intent behind. So we could actually have this school here, but actually still have a tower. Or I can change the entry to be when we decide that this is where they send them. This is where one of the towers is situated. And that could work. It could work. Because you did the Tower of Dusk, correct? Yes. Now, that one, I think is going to be over here somewhere. Because it makes a lot of sense. The Whitewood, Broken Fang, Rosecrest, Narrows Keep, Lundale, Eldwin, the Villa Nocturna, all this stuff around in here is just totally taken over by darkness. And in Rivenmont and Vindonis, there is an order. The order of I can't remember which one they are. The Chrysalis, I think it is. Senna's Knights, the Paladins. They help patrol this road and keep things at bay in the Whitewood. I think it might make sense to have that thing somewhere out here. So I'm thinking that might make a lot of sense. Because their entire goal here along this whole area is to keep the dead contained in the Whitewood and pushed back. Brain can't spell in any language. The words are similar in many languages and I can't tell which is English. Oh no! Calvino did it. What? Calvino didn't do nothing. Wait, maybe he did. He might have. I don't know. Calvino does things. That's true. So I like the idea of it. We have to figure out, obviously where the rest of them are. and they're kind of like notions, because I know you said there was going to be a specific number of the 8 towers. If each one of them is going to have like a magical school or a bent to them, we'd have to figure out which one would make the most sense to be have the school built around it. Or maybe it's not even necessarily the school, it could be the grounds. But yeah, I think the tower should definitely be out here somewhere. Somewhere. By the way, Chrysanth, when you said Calvino did it, what were you referencing? What did I forget already because of my tiredness? What did I do? Hmm. 8 wizards trying to convene to agree on one solution for training wizards. They cannot agree. That makes sense. Oh, messed up the map. Yes, Calvino did it. He was sitting there putting water in the wrong spots. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because I remember you talking about that now. Yeah, and so this one was by this wizard named Ulpia, who founded this town over here, but mainly because he needed the specific kind of stone to build the tower over here. And this Ulpia is built in the upper foothills of the mountains. The city and town were founded by a scholar of the same name during the God Killer War. His conservatory, towers, and library still remain and are maintained by scholars from the lexicon. The city's main industry is stone quarrying and export of the same. Ulpia was one of the wizards who founded the school at Ustra, and he oversaw its construction from Ulpian stone, utilizing its own bewildering plans for the institute. So now, depending on when you have that all happening, if this is prior to the end of the God Killer War or right before the God Killer War, this could be like Ulpia started working on this place, and we could expand the story to say all these wizards are like, yes, this is great. We're going to build this place over here. We're going to call it Ustra. It's going to be the place where all the wizards are trained. We're going to train them this way. If they're like, no, we're going to train them this way. No, we're going to train them this way. Shut up, everybody. You're all wrong. We're training them this way. And they had big arguments. And then from that point, they may have just said, you know what? Screw you. Have fun with your little school here. I'm going to make my tower over there. I'm making mine over here. I'm making mine over here. And that could have been the place where it started, and then they just all said, you know, I'm gonna go build my wizard tower out in the middle of there. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be far better than what's your plan? Yeah, it's gonna be 1 extra story taller. Mine's gonna be a wider tower. Oh yeah, mine's gonna be made of purple stone. Hello, Savage Talk. I was picking on you earlier. Steak and rice with asparagus. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I think that could work out. We can probably expand it because literally all I have are 3 paragraphs on these 2 things. So we could change that and move it around. And I specifically made that this place is not an Agrian design. He based it off of stuff he'd seen from the Keepers and the way they had done stuff. So it's a very weird design. And when I was making fun of you, is Satuwich was trying to figure out how to talk to you. I just said use short sentences. Ha! The rest of the universe. Hey, by the way, how's the job hunt going? Did your friend help you? Did you get some prospects? Little words. Little words are dangerous. So yeah, we can figure out a good place for the Tower of Dusk to be. I'm thinking along the line somewhere here, because I have Villa Nocturna here, which it's once sprawling, profitable latifundum on the eaves of the Whitewood. One necromancer or another is sought to tame the creatures within, none of them managing to do so. So people think there's a lich or a vampire lord or something there. And I do have the Wailing Spire. Oh, did I never add that on the map? I never did. It's a long lost and crumbling wizard's tower in the hills southwest of Rosecrest. Oh, it's up here. Yeah. So up there. The winds whistle through the upper floors, giving rise to its name amongst travelers to and from Mordecai's throne. And that has a weird undead beacon in it. But I think we could add it almost anywhere in here. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to have it up in the north here, near the mountains, way up in the mountains. But it also would be kind of interesting to have it in the vale or the eaves of the forest or something. Could be fun. Not good. Tell her to try English. Not good and yes. Well, I hope you can find something, figure something out soon. Crayons and pictures. No hillbilly. Ooh, food, exactly. I love the idea of food. I'm so sad I can't eat the rest of my guacamole. I was gonna have some eggs a little later. I was gonna make some nice eggs, and I was gonna throw the guacamole on top. It was gonna be amazing. By the way, for anybody, if you don't know, ever in the food recipes, way back when, I put in a recipe of how I make French eggs, just taking a ramekin, pouring a little bit, like 2 tablespoons of heavy cream in the bottom, cracking a couple of eggs, depending on the size of your ramekin, and then on top putting whatever makes sense to you, whatever you like the most. I put salt and pepper and sometimes pesto and chili paste, but I put goat cheese on them this morning. Just little bits of goat cheese on top so it would melt down, and a little bit of chili paste with it. That was amazing. So give it a shot. They're really easy to make. You just throw them in the oven for however long you want, like 12 to 15 minutes if you put a bunch of eggs in there, like 3 eggs, and it'll get hard if you don't want yolks, like runny yolks. If you want runny yolks, come less. Just look up French baked eggs. You'll find it. It's been a terrible day in every kind of way. That sucks. Make it a better day. Get better. Can you get into the pool, or is it gross today? To say, it sounds like a day you kind of want to go take a swim if you can. Chaotic day. Yeah, day has been chaotic. My day was just cat chaotic. Cat chaotic. By the way, am I peaking for you guys? Because I turned up my sound quite a bit, and I'm hoping I'm not blowing anybody's ears out. Your car hates you? No. Where was it? I was going to put that. No. Well, I can do that after the stream here. That sounded right? Okay, good. Because, yeah, on my side, it's peeking into the red, and that always makes me wonder if I'm killing people. I don't want to murder ears. I don't want to murder the ears at all. More sip of coffee here. But one other question really quickly before we take off here, Rudai. Are we literally calling the halflings, hobbits, whatever, halflings, are we calling them halflings or we call them small folk? And is small folk reserved for gnomes and halflings and dwarves? I mean, it won't matter right now because I can just type whatever, but when we get to the point where we're doing the formatting of everything in the books, it'll be important. Doesn't have to be full volume to hear me? Okay, great. Excellent. First time. Small folk, okay. Chrysanthemums. Nah, we've already got those. Those are the mums. I kind of am amused by the fact that you typed it first without the L. I'm not going to say that out loud, but I'm not going to say that. But anyway, it is 7. I'm going to get the heck out of here. My in real life game was canceled today. So I'm probably going to hop on and stream something in a little bit. I'm not sure what. You spelled that wrong. Oh, no. So please leave a like, leave a comment if you have anything to say. Comments really help. So I know it's kind of a pain to wait for a minute or two after the stream to do it, but please stay and give a comment. But also, as Arudai said, afterwards, hit one of those playlists or hit the playlist and let that thing run. We need the watch hours. So, woo! Thank you all for coming on by. I love hanging out with you guys every Tuesday and Thursday, and I hate it when I have to miss a day. So I'm glad I got back to this, even though I'm obscenely tired. I can't fall asleep anyway, so I might as well hang out with you folk. The small folk. See? Small folk? Because he typed it. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I will talk to you all later. Have a fantastic evening. Please leave a like, leave a comment, and I will talk to you later.